Yes, on camera.
Finally.
We have been trying to catch an egg eater for, this is one of the ways we're preparing for winter.
We want eggs.
Winter's coming and you're about to have a baby.
Yes, we are.
We are about to have a baby. It's our baby.
I will birth it and you will care for it.
Yes.
How's that?
But that means me and the kids are going to be doing the barn without you for a while.
Yeah.
Which means this place has got to run smooth because without you things tend to fall apart a little bit.
And die.
Yeah. So we're like, today we have super like a list of things that have to be corrected. And if you have a homestead, you're going to love this video because there's some really good tips here on how to winterize. And one of the problems we've been trying to fix, we're about to, ooh, this is great.
Are we going to watch
Tell
it on
me.
the GoPro?
Yeah, what happened? Tell me.
We haven't gotten eggs in months. All through the spring and summer, fall, now winter. And we're feeding everybody right. We got lights going, everything you should do. We figured out we have an egg eater. So, we've been setting out a camera and a trap. It's a trap.
If you follow us on Instagram, click there if you don't. We've been sharing this journey on Instagram. This egg eater is like outsmarted us. We'd put up a camera, it wouldn't eat the eggs. Then we'd skip a day and it would eat them.
Right.
It like knew.
And we've done with egg eaters in the past, we've done like fill a shell with spicy things.
Well, I think we just caught ourselves.
We've been setting up the GoPro.
An egg eater.
I think we definitely did because the shell's there.
GoPro. Our decoy egg. Oh yes. And somebody, the evidence.
Yes. This was the last day I was going to do this because it just hasn't worked. But we have a suspicion of who it is. We're just going to kick them out and see. But now we actually have photo evidence.
I had to go inside and review the footage. Caught.
Yes!
We caught the egg eater.
Sussex.
Egg eaters.
How many?
At least 2.
Which ones?
Floppy comb.
Floppy comb?
Definitely prime suspect number 1.
Okay.
The footage is a little hard to see.
Somebody laid an egg in there.
Good. Mystery being solved here. Time to lock up the offenders.
So all 3 blacks, you think?
I
And
don't.
just start pulling them out, banding and seeing? Or?
Let's do this. Let's take them, put them in the red coop, and put that egg there and watch them, and see which of the ones go right for it.
Put a camera on them again?
Well, I mean, maybe they'll run right to it. Now that we know these ones are already prone to it.
All right, grab those blacks.
Grab a black. We're going into isolation chamber.
With an achy face. Just a grainy face. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody's laying, they're dying.
Oh, good job, honey. One more. All right.
Oh, you got one? This one has
Very
nothing
sharp
feet.
claws.
Wonky boy. What did they do?
This is the isolation chamber. Oh, there's another black one.
But
She was out, so.
yeah, definitely wasn't her. Maybe it is still, but
This one's got like white on its face.
and my can I see in there at all? floppy comb is an egg eater for sure. And there's one thing that egg eaters must do. Egg eaters must die. She's got to go. We'll see. There's some black ones in there that we're suspicious of, but this one for sure 100% is an egg eater. So her fate has been sealed. She will be going in the stew pot. Sorry, girl. Egg eaters must die.
This is not the first time we've had an egg eater. If you have chickens, you'll probably run into it yourself. There are things you can do if, one, you don't want to put a camera up there and survey them. Is that the right word? Have surveillance of them. Make sure they're getting the right amount of calcium. So we give our chickens oyster shells we had. You can also have the eggshells, bake them, crumble them, feed them back to them for calcium. Make sure they're getting enough feed. Make sure you can put curtains on your nest boxes. So we have little curtains in there so it's dark. They go into lay. The other chickens don't see them. There are also egg boxes you can design or buy that are sloped. So the egg rolls back to where the chickens then can't access it. If you're building a chicken coop, that would be a great feature to build in. If this ever happens to you someday. That would be a considerable time investment on our part right now. It may be something we do in the future. And then if you happen to see the culprit, get it out of there so she's not teaching the other chickens to do the same thing. We've in the past tried filling it with spicy things, mustard, hot sauce. Didn't see any effect from that. It didn't teach the chicken not to eat the egg. Chickens can taste, but they don't have taste receptors for spicy things. So if you're trying something like a spicy mustard or a spicy hot sauce to deter them from eating eggs, it won't work because they can't taste the spice. So they're just like, ooh, different egg. That's a funny one though. Comment below if you've had success with that one, because that is one you see recommended a lot that we didn't see any difference in at all.
Just
2 years
FYI.
ago, 2 years ago we had an egg eater and we got rid of her.
Yeah.
Haven't had that problem
And
since.
our chickens have had the right diet, the right amount of protein. These are new to us. Somebody was rehoming some chickens, and a bad habit that came with the chickens that we didn't pick up on right away.
No.
Our chickens, we don't want to learn this bad habit, so.
Oh yeah. And it's not even, I don't feel sad at all.
No, that
It feels like a victory.
Yeah, so, and now we've already taken care of the red floppy comb chicken. We have our eyes now watching
The black ones.
the black chickens. One in particular we saw on camera has got a normal looking.
Proper comb.
We call it proper comb. It looks like a
Proper comb.
normal chicken comb, and that one we're watching. So we're gonna keep an eye on that, but we got a ton of other stuff to get done today. So.
Yes. But this was
a huge thing. We had to take care of that. Awesome victory. We think we got the egg eating situation under control, but just in case we didn't, we got one more decoy egg, and we also put a decoy egg in with the black chickens, one of which we definitely saw at least probably eating the egg. However, there's a difference. If we were to crush an egg and toss it in there with those chickens, every one of those chickens would run up and eat that egg yolk. There's a difference between a chicken that's eating a broken egg and a chicken that will go and break an egg to eat it. That's an egg eater. Every chicken's gonna go and eat something yummy if it sees another chicken eating it. So we don't want to, terminate any more of the flock than is absolutely necessary. While we are waiting to get the results on our egg eating test, we're going to winterize our water situation for the year. And let me show you what we're doing. Just a quick reminder, this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to have a really special live stream. Eli from Kenco Fencing is going to be with us to help us
plan a fencing project. He's going to go through all the steps, everything you need to consider when designing a perimeter fence for rotational grazing. He'll be here live on the YouTube channel to answer your questions. Everybody's welcome. It'll be a live stream, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Come to this YouTube channel and enjoy learning about fencing and how to plan your future fencing on your homestead.
Little bumblebee here. Honeybees, baby. Cute as a button, nice little calf. Like most of the calves we've had on the homestead, we'll come over here to our automatic waterer. We have this automatic waterer in the middle of our fencing, so both sides, animals on this side and this side, can come and drink. The calves have a tendency to leap through this and escape. So today we're going to put a blocker up that hopefully keeps the calves from jumping out while still allowing the cows to come and drink water, because this auto water is an awesome way to keep your livestock in water all season long. So let's see if we can solve both problems here. Okay, I think this will work. This is totally a prototype here. The calf, if she really wanted to, could probably still jump through that. I hope it just keeps her from doing it, because it won't be easy. I'm hoping that with this here, Honeybee can still come over and put her head down and get a drink, but the calf will be less likely to be running along and jump through. We'll see, time will tell. We're gonna keep an eye on it while we do some other things. The next thing we're gonna do is set up our pig winter feeding and water system. And this is something that I think a lot of homesteaders are gonna wanna copy. Winter pig water is a nightmare. It's one of the reasons we have not had breeder pigs for years here on the homestead. We have a very simple solution that should work pretty well. We've actually never done it this way before, but I've owned pigs a long time and I've had animals in the winter a long time, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna work, so we'll try it out for you, and if it works good, you can copy it on your homestead. And if it doesn't, I'll delete this video from YouTube and no one will ever know that I thought this was a good idea. This method that we're gonna be using to feed and water pigs in the winter time. When you go to feed pigs, they get very excited to eat, and unless you have really nicely trained pigs, they'll rush you. So what we're doing is we're setting up a little space here in their paddock that we can walk that has a strand of electric wire separating the pigs from us. So we can come into this area with their feed and we can take a trough, and this is what I call my prison feeding system. And I'll show you why I call it the prison feeding system. I want you to think of like an old prison movie. You know, comment below, what's your favorite old prison movie? Is it The Great Escape? Well, that's a great one. Cool Hand Luke, awesome. I think my favorite's got to be Count of Monte Cristo. So if you're with me, I mean, I'm not too far from the Count of Monte Cristo hair. If I let it grow a little longer.
You had it.
So the way this works, you have your hot wire separating you from the pigs. You can come here with the feed. They can't rush you. You can pour the feed into troughs and slide it under, just like you see in all those old-timey prison movies. So imagine we take these here, pour the feed in, slide them under. And one thing we're gonna do, because pigs like to take these and take them away, we'll tie a rope on the trough back to a post back here, so when it's feeding time, we can come here and retrieve them without going in with the pigs. Should work really good. Pig prison feeding system, gonna work great. The water system, a little bit different, but also gonna work good. Let me show you how that works. This is one of the more simple watering solution for pigs that we've ever tried for wintertime. Basically, it's a gravity feed system that is easy to empty. So what we have two different parts to this. First off, the actual thing the pigs are gonna drink out of. So this is a rubber
like a soft rubber, a flexible rubber trough. These work better for wintertime water than like the hard Rubbermaid troughs if you don't have a heater in it. The Rubbermaid troughs, you can put a heater in, they work pretty good for that. But for something like this for pigs, first off, this is a big, wide, low one. I'll put a link below to the exact one we're using. It's flexible. The reason that's nice is first, it doesn't get too brittle in the winter. It's not hard, it won't freeze. And if you give it a kick to bust out ice that's no doubt frozen in it, it won't break. But the ice will, as you kick it, it'll pop out. We use these for the chickens. Also, the thick black rubber absorbs a lot of the sun's rays as the sun comes up in the morning, helps thaw it a little bit better. We feed it with a frost-free hydrant and a short little piece of hose. And the key there is a frost-free hydrant, you'll have water on demand all year long. And this short hose will actually, when you turn off the hydrant, it will drip clear so it won't freeze inside of the hose. That's important. If your hose is long and it curls up on the ground, some water can freeze in it. But this one, when we're done filling, we'll just let it go on the ground like that. It'll empty out. And basically what we're doing is we're using a frost-free hydrant to fill up a water trough. The pigs will be thirsty, they'll come, they'll get a good drink. A little bit that's left by the end of the day might freeze. We'll come out, we'll flip it over, give it a kick, bust it clean, flip it back over. We have an automatic waterer. Our automatic waterer works great for the larger livestock. The pigs, because their noses are so dirty, especially in the winter, mucking around in the mud, a lot of times they get it clogged and then it freezes solid. So this year, instead of using the automatic waterer for the pigs, we're gonna try this method with the frost-free hydrant. If you don't know how to install a frost-free hydrant, if you're like, oh man, that seems impossible, it's a huge upgrade to a homestead, and you can click on that video right over there. That just popped up, and that will teach you how to install a frost-free hydrant. It's a game changer for winter homesteading. All right, here come the pigs. Let's see if this works. Yeah, piggy, piggy, piggy. That's my pig call. Yeah, piggy, piggy, piggy. The big boar in the barrow. Here, honey. Take the bucket over the pig. You show them. Calm. The little ones get under that fence. All right, this looks pretty good. As you can see, our prison feeding system is working good. We can slide our buckets and our troughs under the fence. Our water in the corner there, gravity fed, should be able to be drained easily in the winter, should be able to kick it clean if we need to. We are keeping the big IPP boar out of here in the barrow. This is too small of an area to keep a dominant boar with the females and the little ones. Up on the hill, out in the field, if they have a ton of room, it's one thing, but this is different. So we are keeping everybody separate here. Big boys are gonna go back up on the hill, and these guys should be nice and comfy here. This should be a good spot for them this winter. We'll see, time will tell. But for now, our pig winter setup looks pretty good. Our winter pig area is all good. Let's check one more time to see if we have another egg eater here. Ooh. Well, that's a good sign. None of these chickens are eating any eggs. We may have solved the egg eating problem. Great step for winter. Pigs are good. Hopefully the cows have good water and a good setup. Getting ready for the great winter period where Kay's gonna be inside with a new baby. I'm gonna be out here with these guys. Everything's got to be easier for us to do, easy for us to keep on top of. This is good because now my older kids can feed the pigs. They couldn't hardly feed them before, but now they can because they don't have to be in with them. Prison pig feeding method works really good for feeding pigs.